I am intelligent. I am prepared. I am a thinker. I am a problem solver. I am focused on my goals. I am resourceful. I will succeed in high school and college. I am responsible for my future success. And I am proud to be a Panther.
Hi, my name is Ashlynn.
And my name is Jariel Foy, and this is Panther Pride with CGW. Today our topics are Black History Month and Women's History Month.
We're about to show you a clip on Black history since we missed you guys last week. I'm sorry, but it seems that we're having a couple of technical problems, so we will have to continue with our questions for today also. So we have a couple of Black history questions from our video, but we're sorry that you guys couldn't see it. Yeah, we're still going to have to ask you the questions. Who is your favorite Black figure from the Black History Month and why?
Well, my favorite Black figure, I would say, is Martin Luther King, because he did everything that he had to do to make sure that Blacks had rights, and while doing that, he still stayed nonviolent.
Well, my favorite figure would have to be Madam C.J. Walker, because she's a great female figure, because she just represents so much for Black women and women overall, because being the first female billionaire, and for what she did, and people not really knowing what she did it's something that really made people think, do we know how great this woman really was? So that was my favorite thing about Madam C.J. Walker. Our second question is there a Black historical figure that you are aware should receive more recognition?
I would say she's not really a figure, but I would say Emmett Till's mom, because she had to go through so much, speaking that her only child died at the hands of a white man because of racism. So I think she should get more recognition for that.
So when you said she's not really a figure, why would you say that when she did so much, she did so much work to make sure that subject and what happened to her child was known to the world?
Because I said she's not really a figure because, she's not really known. Like you said, she's not really known. And she's not really as big as the Martin Luther Kings and the Gwendolyn Brooks and the Rosa Parks. So that's why I said that.
Okay. Who is the founder of Black History Week?
Carter G. Woodson, of course.
Yeah, he's that's the name of our school, as you guys know. Carter G. Woodson created Black History Week initially, and then it was brought up to Black History Month over time because of not a lot of recognition. So they wanted to bring it to Black History Month because it just needed so much more, because Black people have done so much over time. But our fourth question is, who is the last Black historical figure you have learned about, and what is their contribution to history?
Well, I went to go see the Hidden Figures movie, and we learned about Mary and Dorothy and Catherine, and they helped NASA get the first space shuttle into space.
Right, and so, like you said, you mentioned one of our shows that we had, which was on Hidden Figures, which was, I think, 3 weeks ago, and we had an episode on them and what they did and how much we really love them, and we actually had a great caller that called in. But my most recent historical figure that we just learned about would have to be, well, it might be out of the blue, but it's Tupac. We actually are learning about this right now. he had a contribution with the music industry. It wasn't a lot of accomplishments, but he got a lot of words out there that a lot of people weren't really addressing, along with many other artists. But he did speak about on a lot of issues that are really current. They're current and they were current then. And they really relate to a lot of people who are really going through a struggle right now with our communities and being in African American youth with now and then. So I really like your answer as well. But who are some Black people alive now that you think will be a significant figure in Black history decades from now?
Easy question. Barack Obama.
Why do you think that?
Because he was the first Black president. He was the first person to, not really make a stand, but he did what he had to do to become the first Black president. And while he was president, he did a lot of great things.
So, can you give a couple examples of the great things? Like, what great things do you think he did that will really affect the kids from decades from now?
Kids?
Well, people.
Well,
African Americans.
Everybody knows he got Bin Laden. So, he made sure our country was safe. He had Obamacare, affordable insurance for everyone, and I think that really made an impact.
Right. So, speaking of, Obamacare or the CARE Act, which is still relevant now, is one of the great things that he did do that are still relevant and was really helpful in our community and different communities. But we also did have another clip for you guys, which is on Women's History Month, which is actually the month of March, which is now. But we couldn't have the video showed, but we do have some questions for you guys on that Jariel will be telling you guys about. So,
do you know what the month of March is about?
Well, I just said it, but it's Women's History Month.
Correct. Women's March is the month where all women should be recognized for all the things that they do. Not just, historical women, but I think all women should be recognized. Our next question is, name a female historical figure that has influenced your life.
Well, of course, my mom, being a young Black woman, she really taught me about how to carry myself and how to make sure that when people look at me, they see that my figure and who I am will always be relevant, and that we Black women are really relevant now, and we really are a part of the struggle and a part of the everyday life, because we have built such a name for African Americans and especially women.
I would say Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama?
Yes, because she does a lot of things for women in general. Like she volunteers at schools and she speaks at schools about how women should be treated, and I think she's just a great woman and a woman supporter overall. Our next question is, in your own words, how do women impact the world today?
I feel that women are they're very intelligent. I wouldn't say they were more intelligent, but they are very intelligent. And we do create a standard for respect. We actually put women have a standpoint within homes, within the state, within the country, anywhere. That's always a role for a woman. And I feel like women have always changed those roles to make sure that everyone knows that women are capable of doing anything. We can do anything, and we're capable of making sure that our voices are heard and that we are equal. Because women are always equal to anyone, really.
Well, I would say a woman is the beginning to every great person. Without, Martin Luther King's mom and her raising him, he would never been able to give the I Have a Dream speech. And he would never been able to hold marches. And without Barack Obama's mom, he would never been able to become the first Black president.
To have that perspective. That was
right.
That was really great. I feel like that answer was just completely relevant. It was great.
Why do you think women don't get treated equally?
I feel like we've always been seen as a threat. We've been seen as someone who's capable of doing the same things, but maybe better. And people have seen us as, like I said, a threat. And people see us as a threat, and they hold up that force field that says, no, we're not going to let you be able to do that. And we've always fought it. We've always said, no, that's not what's going to happen. No, that's not what's going to happen, because we're here to make a change and to make sure that our voices are heard, and that we're always going to be there to make sure that you're heard, and who you are is always going to be implemented into everything that you do.
Well, I think that women are not treated equally because they're looked at as weak in a way. Like, if, for example, if you go to the basketball, women have smaller balls because they're looked at as, okay, they're weaker, they have smaller hands, you know. So I think women are treated differently because they're looked at as weaker. Yeah. So I have a question for you. How do you feel about Chance the Rapper donating $1 million to Chicago Public Schools?
I feel like Chance is really trying to make a change, knowing that he's ever since he became who he is, and after he got out his name, he made sure that his name was helping in our community. He made sure that he wasn't just out there like every other rapper just rapping to make money. He made sure that he used his position to put out a message as well. He made sure that people were hearing the voices of the people in his neighborhood and in his community. So he said, well, yeah, I can rap, but also I can make sure people understand where I came from. So he knows that Chicago Public Schools, we're in a struggle right now. The struggle is that we don't have enough money, and we're not able to do the same things and not able to have those same resources that everyone else has at their schools. So he made sure that he put out he gave us money. He basically said, here you go, make sure you use this correctly to make sure that those kids are able to do the same things that those kids are able to do where they are.
I think it's great because sometimes rappers get fame and glory and glitz, and they forget about where they came from.
Right.
And with Chance doing this, it was like I was in CPS one day, and I know the struggle, and so I'm going to help them out.
Right.
And I think that was a great move, and I think everyone associated with CPS should be thankful for that.
Right. I think Chance the Rapper just makes a great contribution towards the community and showing that not all bad things, not only bad things can come from bad places. Many good things can come from it, and all you have to do is put forth the effort, and so many great things can come forward, and they can give you a great outcome. And all great things come from bad places. It's like we were just reading a poem, A Rose in the Concrete. It's all it really is. It's a rose in the concrete. Then great things come from the most unbelievable places.
If money wasn't an obstacle, what would you do positively to impact the world?
I mean, money is put in so many different positions to basically say you can't do it if you don't have it. I feel like a lot of people would change the world if they could just do it. I know it's a lot of technology and a lot of different things that we have and a lot of different resources that we have that we don't know of because of money. So I know we could make a lot of things that would be helpful in our communities. We know the homeless percentage is really high, and I feel like a lot of homeless people could be taken out of that position if money wasn't in the way. I feel like those homes that are closed and that are boarded up all around our city, they could be open, they could be cleaned up by those people who need a home if they were just given the resources to clean up their house and have somewhere to live and have the food they can eat, so that everyone has an equal situation to where you can do anything if you just put your mind to it. That's all it takes.
If I had money, I would donate to the wounded warriors, because I feel like they were, fighting in the army, fighting the war for us, basically to keep America and everyone in it safe. And they got hurt. And we should give back to them because, in a way, they protected us.
Right.
So I think I would do that. And I will also, like you said, I would donate to the homeless. Because, like you said, everybody should have a chance to be great. So, what is one thing schools could do to help raise your interest in education?
I feel like a lot of kids are interested in things that they find out that's not really, that's easy to find. You have school every day, but they don't really interest you because they say you won't be able to get there without us. That's basically kind of in a twisted mind, that's kind of me saying, well, I don't want to need someone. I don't want to need to do something in order to be what I know I can be. So I'm going to push away from that to do anything around that just so I can get there without saying I didn't even use what they did. I did my own thing. And I feel like that's why a lot of people push away. If people just weren't just given education, because a lot of kids don't know that some people just don't have education in some places. A lot of people are left without it, and that's why they're left in our worst situation could probably be their best situation. And a lot of people don't notice how many great resources that they have. So if the schools were to say, we have this, and based on how hard you try, you could be somewhere else. They're putting in these standpoints to basically say you can be successful. It depends on how successful that you want to be and how far you want to go, that we're going to take you. Because you have to put in that effort. It's really all about effort and determination and motivation that you get that's really going to push you how far you want to go.
Well, I think schools should make school more fun.
Right.
Make school enjoyable, because I know on a couple of occasions I'm like, oh, school boring.
Right.
You don't want to go to school. You get tired sometimes. But if you make it fun, then a lot of more people will want to come. Next question. Do you think higher education, like college, should be free?
Well, yes, because I feel like everybody should have their opportunity and their choice to be able to go to college. If you tell me now that in order to go to college I have to pay $36,000, I'm gonna say I have to turn down college, because I can't just I can't just say, here you go, $36,000. I'm going to college, and I'm going to be able to become a lawyer, and I'm going to be able to become this and that because I paid off my $36,000. Because I'm going to say I don't have $36,000. If I'm not living in the house, I don't have $36,000. So I know right off bat that it's certain things now that you already know you can't get there. A lot of kids now say in 8th grade, they say, I'm not going to college because I know my parent doesn't have $36,000 or $20,000 or $10,000. So I can go to that college that I really want to go to and that I can get into with my grades and with my knowledge. At that point, it doesn't matter. It matters how much you're willing to spend.
I totally agree. I feel like, the more money colleges, need or want, the higher the education is, or the better the education is. So I feel like children that are unfortunate should be able to get the same education, because it turns into, okay, the people with the most money and the most money to spare, they have the best educations.
Right.
And I feel that's unfair in a way.
It's always unfair to me, because I feel like everyone should be treated equal and that we should all be given the same resources and the same qualities, and everything should be equal, because therefore there is no way that you could possibly say that this person can't do it and that person can't do it because of where they are and who they're around, because it's really based on how much they're willing to put forward. Well, it looks like we spent all of our time today, and we really had a great time just talking to you guys. And Jariel, I think you really enjoyed being on the show.
I really enjoyed being on the show. Thank you.
Yeah, but thank you guys for tuning in with us. And please, next time, call in and tell us what you're thinking on our conversations. But thank you guys for tuning in, and see you next week.